All right. So YouTube doesn't seem to be working. Oh, good God. One, that's a really tough way to start the day. But, all right, we move on. We're going to be streaming from Twitch today. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Get rid of that. Where's my Twitch stream? Gotta see what's going on. I swear, my internet company is trying to kill my stream. They know when I go live, and they throttle the internet. Maybe they're not a fan. That's got to be it. They're not a fan. All right, so we have the build kits back in the item shop. Here we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Build kits are back. We got the not B side. We've got the Daily Bugle, the Friendly Neighborhood, and Anarchy Acres. So that's quite amazing. A lot of people have been waiting for those sets, and I know they have come back a couple times, but people have really been sleeping on these sets a lot. I can definitely vouch for both kits, but my favorite kit right now is not the Daily Bugle like you might think. I mean, it's got some really interesting pieces, but because of the for me, it feels like it's kind of over designed. The set that comes in more useful on a daily basis right now is the Friendly Neighborhood, and I'm going to show you that reason in a second. Because first of all, with the Daily Bugle, all right, am I just talking to myself right now? I think I am. What's that? Oh, I can't join in my own stream. There's a button that said knock. All right. Hey, Miss Sub. What's happening? Thank you for joining me over here. Good morning, Mr. Black. Hey, Dirty. So good to see you. Sorry, we can't continue the mule until later tomorrow or something. But the build kits are back, and we gotta show off a couple of things, like explain to people why they're so important. Because people are tend to sleep on these things. I've seen comments on Reddit like saying I don't want to get this kit because I hate the skin that comes with it, and I'm just my jaw is hitting the ground at some of the responses. Thank you, Miss Sub. I absolutely love it. You just made me reach my goal. So thank you so much. Big W to Miss Sub for that. Um, all right. So what I'm about to show you is gonna shock you. There was my friend Galactic Obama. We actually became friends due to a comment he made in one of my videos. He was asking about the shuttle. And so I was showing him a couple of things on how to get the wings working and everything. He's got a really good mind. So he actually said that he collects Legos in real life, and he actually had the Daily Bugle, the IRL set, um, and but he had missed the chance to actually buy the Daily Bugle when it came out in the Lego store, so in the item shop. So, but he did get the Friendly Neighborhood, and I I was like, well, you have the IRL set, you have the instructions. Why don't you just go and build that? So, um, let me just come over here one quick second. Where did he do it? So he actually took the challenge and went ahead and started building a not scale model, but it was the right size from the. Why does it have to be foggy right now? Seriously, dude? Okay, I can't even find it. But anyway, he started to build regular model, and then he texted me next. It was like, I can't build this. This is too tiny. Because the actual model um, for the IRL build was not as big as you look. I mean, it's really tall, but when it comes down to it, this was a floor plan for that. It was 9 pieces, if that. We had the door. We had the door and 2 side panels. That was it. It's around the exact same size as this, just vertical, and it wasn't as deep as this. This model is. I have to give them a lot of credit for it for this bit. They've done a really brilliant lobby, and they've got to make it workable. One of the biggest differences you'll find between the Lego Fortnite sets and the IRL sets is that there's space for stairs, and you can actually traverse. You can go around the builds. You can move around. It's actually meant to be occupied. With the IRL set, however, there's no stairs. It's open at the back. It's it's meant to be played with little kid fingers or adult fingers getting in there. So the first thing I told him is that he has to expand. He has got to make it bigger. So we went from the Daily Bugle and this is using the neighborhood, friendly neighborhood pieces with the inspiration from the IRL set. We got the instructions out, and we pretty much built this entire thing. This is all, I think, all the floors and everything, and a lot of the decor inside are all from um, the friendly neighborhood. And of course, I threw in my own Daily Bugle pieces. But it was really more about to see what they look like side by side, and if it's possible to get that in here. So we're going to take a look at this right now, and you see how we managed to expand on the Daily Bugle set. Daily Bugle set. Oh, this is one other thing that I gotta show you guys. This is the work area for the Daily Bugle set. Now I know the guys tried really hard to get us something that's big and buildable. So kudos to them. But they did have like a lot of design limitations. This was like one of the biggest buildings in the game, and I know it's all tight and everything is cramped, and you can barely fit some of the props. But you really can't fault them for that, for especially considering how much they had to fit in here to get this to work. So the props were kind of like secondhand, not even like a second thought. So I mean, like it's essentially a really cramped area. If anybody has gone and designed this in a way that makes sense and leaves a lot of room, I would love to see it. But right now it's so cramped you can hardly turn around in here in a realistic fashion. So that was one of the things that I was aiming to fix. So the lobby, he actually went and did a freestyle on this lobby. The IRL kit does have a hot dog stand outside, which is cool because we had that available before. This is the new stand that's out front, and of course we just got the brand new pictures. But here we go. This is the lobby area. It's more chill, vibe. We got a couple pool tables over there. Just, things under construction and everything. Oh, I like what he did there. Nice. But this is where the work starts. So I made this is me back here. Um, once we're extending it, trying to make it workable, trying to find where stairs should go and everything. I was like, we have to have the newsroom back here. So this was my contribution to this, building out the newsroom and making it actually an actual workspace that wasn't too cramped. So yeah, I laid everything out, and you can see these are the friendly neighborhood pieces here. This is like designed for the fire escape. Oh, and the fire escape is something that we really got to talk about. So, you guys can hear me okay, right? Are we good? Take a sip of my coffee. All right. Let's see. So, upstairs. Now, unfortunately, we kind of biffed the design a little bit, and I only realized that we had the elevator, um, the elevator to come upstairs. So, I ended up having to have the only stairs leading up to the second floor being from the newsroom, which is not ideal. But we were supposed to come back and get the elevator working, which we didn't. So it's like it's behind there. Um, we'll figure that out eventually. But he's coming. Um, Expanded on the newsroom. Nice. This was actually a little bit empty up to last night, but we actually have a whole lot more going on. So we got all the screens and everything going on. Got the all of our books. So he's actually decorated the heck out of this, and I appreciate what he's done here. Got the cameras and everything. Of course, we had to use the bathrooms. There's the larger um, accessible bathroom. Do they both have mirrors? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that. So he's been busy decorating. Nice. All of our books and everything. Water cooler. A lot of the PD smoothies. There's your photocopier, of course. And then there's the grog. Don't ask me what the grog. Over here is supposed to be Peter Parker's office. I think he needs a drafting table, doesn't he? Like, where's the draft? We don't have drafting tables in here? We need a drafting table. Somebody, we need an artist spot. Artists are so massively underrepresented. So if we were to get an artist in here, where would we put him? We would put him against the back wall, next to the toilet, because artists are very undervalued. You see, drafting table. Where's the drafting table? Does anybody remember? Is it Dry Valley? The workbenches. No drafting table. Is it Oro? Maybe Oro has it. Oro Studio. Alright, let's look. Where is the drafting table? If anybody can remember where the drafting table is, please let me know, because I am currently clueless. Found it, loved it, and forgot about it. Hey, Mr. Black is online. Table, table, table. Oh, unfortunately, I can't invite Mr. Black into this world, because this is not my world. There, drafting table. Hooray. So we got I guess this is the artist corner. And it comes with its own seat. Can we sit? Yeah, nice. Never actually used that. We need their own little square. Anyway, as you can see, this is what this is actually one of the big hang-ups on the Daily Bugle as well. Like, nobody really knows how to really decorate it. So I've seen a lot of bills where it's just it's kind of like just thrown together. Anyway, back here, we are continuing the stairs upward. So there's a whole loft area. Looking over the bullpen, you know, here's your financial area. You know, maybe you can actually make the artist up here, but this is the main, you know, boardroom. So you can, you know, have a lot of stuff going on here. Keeping up to date on what's going on. Overlooks the bullpen, of course. And, oh yeah, we have the fire escape out there, but we're gonna come back to that. Now, what is it? Well, actually, one of the features on the IRL kit, and they kind of incorporated something similar over there, but they put it onto the top. This is with Joe, Jane, and Jameson's office, and they made sure to put a desk in there to make sure that you knew exactly where it's supposed to go. But so we have a similar feature, but where it actually makes sense. And then, of course, these are the stairs up to Jonah Jameson's office. This is Betty's desk. She's got some sculpture here. Big waiting area because he makes everybody wait. And this is the big man's office itself. He's got the whole floor. Oh, almost. Oh, he's got pretty much the whole floor for his office. Got his award. His fan in the corner here. You know, chill out. Jukebox. Hey, I didn't see it before. And of course, his own private bathroom. Nice and luxurious. I wanted to put a bathtub in here, but you know, I was talked out of it. Go figure. Yeah, we forgot about the drafting tables. We kind of stepped on those. We need a nice little corner. Galactic Obama. Everyone, give a big shout out to Galactic Obama. This is his world that I'm currently in, and he's the one who actually owns this kit in real life. So he's seeing some of the limitations, and I think he's really enjoyed building out the Daily Bugle in this kind of way to really make it impactful. Now, one of the things that they kind of slept on over in the Lego kit, and it's something that is a huge feature on the IRL kit, is the fire escape. And the fire escape is kind of like it's only in the neighborhood kit, friendly neighborhood kit. So if you don't have friendly neighborhood, the friendly neighborhood, you don't have the fire escape. And this is, of course, redesigned to my specifications because one of my pet peeves, and everyone knows this, is that the fire escape in the neighborhood bundle comes with a door, and it is actually treated as an entryway. It was like one of those big opportunities that Lego that Epic had missed, where they could have introduced a bigger window that give you access to the fire escape. Instead, they put a door there and treated it as an entry. So we really resolved that that was not going to happen, and we were actually going to make it not wide and comfortable. If I could have made the stairs a little thinner, 6 instead of 8, I would have done that. The walkways have been reduced to 6 instead of 8, and it reduces the footprint here. So it makes it a lot more compact and a lot more realistic. It's not built for comfort. It's built for escaping. And if you know we tried to make sure that it was aligned. We added on this little bit as a ladder, of course, because that was the fastest, easiest to place. Otherwise, we have to flip one of those guys. But here we are on the roof. We got the radio tower, and we have the water tower. Galactic Obama actually built this, and I don't actually know what pieces he used for this corner, but it's what pieces is this from? Is this from Anarchy? I think this is from actually from Anarchy Acres, and this is a kit he picked up yesterday. But he used a combination of Moss Isley pieces and I believe it's Anarchy. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely a different look at the Daily Bugle, and this is kind of the Daily Bugle that we kind of wish that we'd gotten. So, I think one of my side projects, or if Galactic Obama wants to take it up, is going to be to kind of build this out of the, or some of it, out of the parts for the Daily Bugle. I do think that some of these parts are more suited for an apartment, and to tell you the truth, you get more of a sense of this being a hotel than um, than an office building. I'll be truthful about that. I mean, like, because you have the rooms and everything, just you can just stick a divider in between here. You have two rooms. It says that's works for a hotel or an apartment. I mean, if you wanted more, you could actually have four rooms here. Just have a hallway and just break it up into four different rooms. Fairly easy to do that, and that's just using the structure as is. This what, ballroom? I don't know, but you could actually do a lot with this structure as is. It's just not it's not the Daily Bugle that we expected, and that's a lot of people just coming from the comics, playing Fortnite, where they actually gave us the Daily Bugle, and I'm locked inside, and you know, and real life Lego fans. So side by side. So anyway, I'm going to now do the thing where we showcase the pieces from the kit. I will tell you that if you do need to buy one of the kits, you only have enough V-Bucks to get one. I highly recommend that you look at the Friendly Neighborhood kit, and I'm going to show you some of those pieces right now, because it's one of my go-to kits when I'm building, and this is like building everything. It's got a solid black piece, and it's got a solid gray piece as well for the flooring. The pieces are a lot more versatile and can be used in a lot more situations. So with all the Star Wars builds, these have been completely invaluable. So definitely a kit that you want to pick up, especially in terms of the technology pieces that they also offer. So let's take a look at, okay, I know we built this. We haven't built I built the other ones over in my own world, and maybe I should go back there and showcase it there. But I really wanted to show you this. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into the neighborhood, and we're gonna show you how we've actually incorporated a lot of it into our world. So, Mr. Black, if you want to join me in the neighborhood, let's get going. The Flatiron building would be so awesome. But the neighborhood, we have not been in this area for a while. But this we actually started the neighborhood as a way to show off pieces from the neighborhood. It takes its name from the Friendly Neighborhood, of course, because we were trying to build a little bit of New York City. Now, I don't remember where I left, so we may have, I think it was by the battle bus. Oh, that's not too far. But oh yes, so the Daily Bugle actually, okay, that's cool. The Daily Bugle actually allowed me to build the battle bus properly for the first time, because this is the first time they actually gave us blue flooring, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'm sure everyone here has seen me build. If you haven't seen the battle bus build, it's something that I should go back to and do again. I've got a couple of versions going on. There's a black battle bus, then we did a brand new blue one, armored battle bus for the Storm King. Oh, that was a fun build. It's just not a 2-hour build, I'll tell you that. Of course, the loading screen is going to take forever. Now, here's the thing about the friendly, not friendly neighborhood. Okay, where am I? Am I in New York? I'm in New York. Oh, okay, I'm by the train. Yeah, we built the Hogwarts Express over here. And derailed it. Okay, everything is coming into place. So, let me cross the bay. See, I did a whole combination here using friendly neighborhood pieces and the Daily Bugle pieces to make a hotel. So fancy down below and New York above. This is the friendly neighborhood building right here. It's not been embellished, it's not been decorated, nothing. So fully built. So this is where I can actually show you all the pieces that come with it. This was the build where I kind of tried to showcase how they could have actually made the bigger windows instead of just tossing on pretty much anything that they wanted just to have a door. And see, this is just a bigger window. It's already open. Looks like a window. It does not look like a door, but it gives access to the fire escape, which was really important. I'm like, you can even toss in like a beam running up there and just knock out the beam in order to be able to open the window. An openable window would be preferable, but you know, we do have our limitations. I'm just saying there's like lots of options that we could have in order to get something like that to work and actually feel right. Oh, this is a little higher for a beam, but you know, you get the idea. Anyway, let's take a look at the friendly neighborhood. We got the skylights, we got roof access. Oh my god, this one killed me because the structure of this really, you have your whole apartment here. And then this is downstairs. Nope, next floor. I should just sleep. And then of course you have access to the bake shop right here. Bakery down below, which is you know, accurate to New York. It's just that there's too much access in my own opinion. Like there's no door here. It goes to the stairs. So if you have access to the apartment, you have access to the bakery, which doesn't make any sense. So that was a huge oversight. It just like little design decisions like that just kind of drove me crazy. Anyway, this is your kit. You've seen it. And are there any other things that irritated me? Nope. Okay. Lots of things irritate me. So I'm gonna throw it on the bed and sleep through the night so we can start fresh. Hey, Big Nasty, what's happening? The bus is still at the storm camp. Oh boy. All right. Let's get to it then. Hold on one sec. Just as a side note, before we jump into that, because it's now 9:03. So we are kind of on track. This is was one of our New York townhouses. This was actually built on a Brooklyn townhouse. Built this interior structure and everything is based on the townhouse that my dad had in Brooklyn. So it's actually extremely accurate, especially in terms of layout and everything. So this is your kind of your standard. Although there was no real standard because people had all these different layouts, and the roofs and everything were so vastly different. So this roof, for instance, we don't have the right roofs to continue here. We're just trying to figure out the best placement for it, and the whole side by side thing when we hit complexity in this area. So I never actually got to finish this, which is really annoying. But this is an alternate build, which is more of a Manhattan style townhouse. So in Manhattan, you also have the brownstones, and this is one of these guys here. So similar layout, but this actually has 4 floors instead of 3. And you know, but this one is actually built using the pieces from the Daily Bugle kit. See, so nice combination of pieces here. This, I think, is a Durburger floors. Ah. All right. So it's got access to everything. We got bathrooms, we got bedrooms, master bedroom, of course, with walk-in closet, etc. Of course, when complexity kicks in, it really kicks in, and it kicked in because of everything else around it. So you would have to go and build this off by itself in order to get the everything exactly how you want it. See, walk-in closet behind the bed there, so you have entire structure all set up. This would be the bathroom, and then of course there's the studio. We can actually now make a complete artist studio in here. Wanted. Yeah, no. I gotta show you guys the pieces so you can see the value. But we got our skylight and everything, and it's just like it gives you a chance to really get more of that city feel. So these pieces are really essential, especially the windows. Give it a more modern city feel. You can you can add some of the on here. If you use some of the gray pieces, you can actually incorporate some of the mansion. What was it called again? The original pieces that we have from the castles into the build, corners and everything. But it's just a matter of combining pieces to get that city feel, because the city is always a combination of pieces. What Mr. Black did with this kit, however, this is him using the neighborhood kit to build a fire station and a department store. So he kind of went wild. I know some of you have seen this already, but there you go. He kind of went crazy with this, and I absolutely love it. We did bring the Ghostbusters in here. That was great. This is the original apartment. All right, so let's go take a look at all the pieces, shall we? You know what? Oh no, we can't do it over there because of complexity. So we're gonna cross the river over into New Jersey. Majestic Manor. Yes, exactly. So, all right, let's take a look at the Daily Bugle kit first. So Daily Bugle, let's get you laid out. Oh, okay. So I guess the first thing we really have to look at are the floors. We have the solid blue floor, and that's the only solid blue that we get from this entire kit. Everything else has got these little imperfections of blue all the way through, and it can get really irritating. because sometimes you just want a solid blue piece. You get the the blue square with a little green piece in there, and little green piece again, an 8x8, another green piece. It's like they don't want us to have the solid pieces, and they make it as hard as possible. Feels like a game of like cat and mouse sometimes with the designers and what they've given us. I mean, I can give them all the kudos for and understanding for some of the design choices they've made, but with this, I don't know, man. It's almost unforgivable. I'm kidding, of course. It is forgivable, but would have been nice to have a solid piece. Because now, if you want, we can even get like a solid, big blue piece like that. We would have to add so many pieces, and this is like where they're telling us, hey, if you want to avoid complexity, don't do this. Do this instead. Don't use small pieces. Make sure to use big pieces. They've actually kind of shot us in the knees. They've kneecapped us completely, where we don't have a choice, because we want a big square like this, big blue square. We have to use multiple smaller pieces to get that same shape. So, don't quite know what they were really thinking there, but it's just one of those things. So, it's kind of a common theme that you will see repeated in a lot of these builds. See, and you have to do all this calculation on the fly to try to get the right size. Little corner. Anyway, okay. That's one of my pet peeves. These are the not Gainsborough floors. These are the atrium thin floors, and these are actually turned out to be really useful. They are two-tone, so you have you can't use them on the side to have a solid color. That's what the Gainsborough floor from the Friendly Neighborhood kit does a lot better. It's a solid gray piece. It's chipped, of course, because it has to have imperfections. Why do we need imperfections? Can anybody please explain that to me? I don't get it. Why do we need all these imperfections in here? With most of the kits, the IRL kits, there are no imperfections. It's solid. But everything here is chipped and torn. Can't get a solid white piece. So what's the design decision behind giving us damaged pieces? I would really love to know, honestly and truthfully. So anyway, these are your more ornate decorative tiles for the floors. This is all from Daily Bugle. This does not exist, so let me destroy this. No! I don't want to do that. Stupid axe. I hate this. I hate this axe so much. This axe is not good for construction. Only good for battle. Right. I'm just breaking this just in case anybody pops in and sees a great big blue piece and, you know, wonder like, hey, where did you get that from? You don't. You gotta build it. Alright, the walls. Okay, let's just get through the walls quickly. The decor are the pieces that really stand out in this kit. I'll tell you that right now. But there are a couple of wall pieces in here, like this one, that really stands out. And we've actually used it in several places as pipe and just different pieces. Pipe, I forget other uses for it, but it largely comes around where we need a rounded piece. And it is very different from the others. Okay. Haven't used this one as much, but that's interesting. Huh, maybe come back to that. Alright, okay, so some of these pieces are like purely decorative. You got the plain, almost identical. It's just this bottoms are different, and it has a little pip in the middle. So you got a little repetition of this theme, where you have two pieces almost identical, one decorative, one not, or more decorative. Check that out. These are practically the same. It's got one pip, two pips. Otherwise, it's identical. And here's nighttime. Did I destroy the bed? I did. I destroyed the bed. All right, let's not let me do that again. All right, bed. Sleep till morning. Come on. The fire station is one of the best. Oh, Miss Sub, I wasn't happy when I logged on. One set I was left to get, you had to buy with the MJ skin too. When it came the first time, you could buy the Lego set separately. I know it's disappointing to have to include the MJ skin, but the set itself is so worth it that you can forget about the skins. The skins are more of a distraction than anything else, and it's too much of a holdover to the battle pass, and to building in, or not building, but playing in a zero build or whatever what you have. Dirty, I am actually gonna plan to have a build specifically around the townhouse where we can actually do it from top to bottom, away from the neighborhood, so we can actually finish the whole thing, because the neighborhood just weighed the whole thing down. Unfortunately, I mean, it's meant to be a neighborhood build, and we couldn't even do the neighborhood build in the neighborhood, and that was like so disappointing. All right, so we're gonna finish out the pieces, wall pieces. So yeah, we have more of the pips going on. Yeah, it's one pip or two. That's really the difference between these guys. The bottom piece, it moves orange, and one pip, two pips. That's it. So just depends on what you're looking at. Then we have these single columns here. So you can put them down in actually different configurations to get different styles, or continuation of a wall. Oh, I wonder if you can actually do that. Let's see. Haha. Check this out. Build your own wall. Oh, they can't do that one, but we can do that one. So, of course, pure Lego style. Orange on one side, you can't have it on the other. So there, you can build your own custom wall. Just don't look at the back. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yes, you're right. Some of them do have side flanges. Oh, so there we go. We got side flange on that guy. These don't have the flanges. Good call, Mr. Black. So you got to be careful when you're selecting your pieces. So the ones with the pips have the flanges. The ones that don't have the pips, nice and plain, no flange, just plain wall. So that's an interesting detail to watch for. Yeah, I know, but at least if you have the battle pass, at least you get some V-Bucks back. So that's one of the advantages, I suppose. This one is a very interesting piece. I've used it a couple times. It's I don't know what to say about this one, because you can kind of like make a whole thing with it, make your own flange. You kind of have to fool around with some of these pieces to get the best use out of them and combine them with the other pieces. That's really one of the best ways you can use it, because you can put this on the side of windows and everything. Okay, now over here we have the interior walls. Why didn't we have the windows here? Anyway, interior walls. That's the interior door, and wider interior door. At least this one doesn't have any of those stupid hooks sticking out the side. We have the interior doorways for closets and stuff, or just going from room to room. And of course your columns. I gotta say, this set does give you like a whole wealth of pieces. You come out of this with so much stuff. Like if you just forget about the skins for a little bit, this set is really a really expansive set, and they do give you a lot for your value. Seriously, we haven't even started with the windows yet. Okay, so there's your flange window. Okay, these all have, they have the 2 pips and the flanges. I never noticed that before. Now I'm looking for it. Yep, every single one has the flanges. So you have to design with the flanges in mind. But there you go, all your different sets of windows, round windows, and square windows, and then round windows. These are usually typically used for the upper section, just in case you're wondering, because in the on the Daily Bugle kit, in order to make it look higher, they, instead of giving us a higher window, they've given us the round window on top to make it look, you know, more expansive when it isn't. So a little limiting there. But anyway, that's just a pet peeve. I'm going to move on. Oh, these are exterior doors. Why are the exterior doors showing up before the interiors? Weird. Anyway, door with flanges and door without. So, this is all exterior doors. I don't think I've ever actually used these. Oh, right, this one. This is supposed to be the big grand door. It's not that big. It needs to be bigger, higher. And then, of course, we have the doors on the back, the loading doors. Just in terms of wall alone, wall and floor, I mean, that is a whole kit by itself, right there. And we have not even gone to the half studs. So, I hope this gives a little bit of perspective, just like the sheer number of pieces that they have given to us. So I mean, like, when you buy this piece, you're getting value, and as a builder, you're getting like so many new pieces and combinations that can only expand your build set. Go ahead and get salty about the skins. You're allowed. I do wish that we actually had more abilities to, you know, save our V-Bucks for what we want, because you shouldn't be forced to actually have to buy a skin just to get a kit. That's not cool. Totally not cool. So hopefully they'll rethink some of that. Oh, why are my headsets there? Alright. My headset out of the way. What did we just put down? Put that down. Okay, we're almost. Now, here's the really ironic thing about this entire kit, is that it's only enhanced by having the friendly neighborhood kit, because using the 2 of them in combination, it becomes even more powerful. And if, like, as you can see, without using any of the kits, you can get some really, just those 2 kits alone, side by side, you can get some really good combinations. So, just saying, you know, it's really, really valuable. I know I sound like a corporate shill, but sorry. It's my honest opinion. The stairs, boss, the stairs. I'm gonna put them over here. So you got your half stairs, you got your full stairs, and these stairs are actually are more of an angle. So you got your one step instead of two. So these actually go at a much steeper angle, and I absolutely love those guys. You got the higher ones for these guys here. Do we have a half stair for these? No, we don't. Oh, dang. So steep stairs only for the higher bits. Then of course we have our banisters. Banister does not work with that. Oh my gosh. I was wrong. The banister does work with that. The banister does not work with this. So you gotta be careful which banister you choose. Word to the wise. Oh, and this was actually made of gold. So that's one of the pieces you had to use. Oh, copper bar, my bad. Copper bar. But also one of the stronger pieces in the game. And you know how we're looking at durability these days. Alright, so banisters. Not banisters, railings. These guys are actually fun. But it's kind of hard to make a full rail sometimes. It can get a little confusing. Especially when you're trying to match up certain areas. So tread carefully with these guys. But they do add a lot of use, especially with the Adams family. We're able to make some really nice ornate stairs. Do I have an example over here? Did we do any ornate stairs here? Okay, not so ornate. This is just your standard stairs heading up. We had an elevator. I destroyed it. Just in case you're wondering why there's incomplete thing here. Alright, so see we go make transition up into neighborhood. The neighborhood has different stores, different doors. Ah, look, elevator doors. Ah! The reason why I destroyed the elevator. Anyway, ignore that. Okay, so now we're inside one of the neighborhood apartments. And in New York, there are hotels. I'm sure there's other places as well, but in New York, there are hotels where people live. Wealthy people will just have a room in a hotel and just live there. It's one of those weird things about New York. Anyway, columns. So this is one of the column facings. I think we should be over here. Yeah, why not? No. No. Yeah. Okay, fine. Column facings. This one's actually flat. You can put it on the front of most things. So if you had a wall, you could slap it on the front there. Same with this one. Then this is a full column. And this is actually kind of a take on that without the extra bits. Then this is wider. Different tip. So there we go. You got your different styles. Roofs, nice and flat. I actually have not built with any of these roof pieces outside of the kits, and I'm seriously reconsidering that, because you fall into some habits sometimes of just using pieces you're comfortable with and pieces you know. So I really should give these guys a second look, because these aren't too bad looking. I mean, check these out. Nice texture and color. Most of the time I'm looking for a solid color, so that may have been one of the things that kind of inhibited me from looking at these pieces more carefully. But these are some good pieces. I like those. Okay, see, every time I think of the roof, these are the pieces that I think of, the red pieces. Oh, you know what? Where's my bed? I'm doing that thing again where I build in the dark. Alright. Man, oh, the V-Bucks issue, my god. Do you know how many V-Bucks I just used up on the Decor item for the last release? I mean, I'd been saving those for Star Wars. And the Oro and the Dry Valley kits. Well, never thought I'd be using up that many V-Bucks on decor items alone. So go figure. I am of course part of the crew pass. So I do get they give you like 1,000 V-Bucks every month. So I've been kind of stockpiling those. And not having anything to spend it on. Oh, I forgot about that corner piece. This is more for the... that's not for the inside corner. That's the outside corner. Nice. Alright, okay. Are we done with the... We're done with those. So now we can actually move on to the decor. Good news, no bed. What's the best place for this? Should I be putting this inside the build or just lay it outside? Yeah, heck with it. We're gonna keep on doing it. Alright, so we have table. None of the little table. These are kind of unremarkable. I mean, unless you look for a very specific look sometimes. So nothing really special here, but sometimes you just want a desk. And with this kit, it gives you options of the types of desks you're going to be using. I think this is the first time we actually had a proper office chair. And then there was this weird one that's this very old style. That chair there. Then of course there's your armchair, your sofa. Pretty standard. Bathrooms. Okay, the bathrooms is where this actually comes in really interesting because here. Got your two different styles. And then your toilet for the bathroom. More corporate. But this is where things got interesting because all of a sudden we had cubicles for the toilets. First time ever. And when we first got these, we would go to, it wouldn't say open door. It would say use. And it would just drag us in there. And it would be like we were taking a bath. The bathing animation would kick in with these guys. And we'd be taking a bath inside the cubicle, which was really odd. But they fixed that. And now you can actually go and build your own little toilet in here. So you can actually use these as different things. You can use them as a shed if you wanted. So just keep that in mind. But you can now go in, enter. Oh, you should probably close the door first. Bathroom stalker. Hey, Tabby. All right. Let's see what we got. Lights. Okay, so lights were kind of limiting here. But we got a desk lamp. Oh, these guys just came to hang out. Okay, so Galactic Obama used a couple of these guys. So you saw how they were used over in his build. That's a wall lamp. So yeah, okay, so you guys saw those lights. We use them to great effect over in the other Daily Bugle. These are bookshelves. Man, see, I didn't want to make this mess over in Galactic Obama's world. Because I knew how many decor items there were. But it would be nice to pop back in and get a good look at what he's done with some of the design there. But it's now 9:32 and we haven't even looked at the neighborhood yet. Not properly. Alright. And I think that's it. No decor. So, okay, proper decor. So there's a Daily Bugle, you know, thing, cardboard box, and a fan, coat rack, water cooler, newspaper rack. No rugs. What we do have for the first time, um, these billboards here. We also got a clock and a bugle that goes on the wall. A cup of pens. Let's see. Any space for that? Yeah, we got cup of pens. Okay, this is the big signage. So these guys have to go on top of something. On top of a roof. So have fun with those. Yes, I know I spelled up Bugle Daily. The computers are one of the things, the highlights of this kit, because it was the first time that we actually had proper computers in the game. And I tell you, man, these have really elevated a lot of the space builds, because now we can actually have um, computers instead of like um, blank screens or whatever going on. It has really enhanced the look of it in so many different ways. So I have a bias towards this set for those specific reasons, just so you know. The phone is the biggest thing I've ever seen. It's like absolutely ridiculous, but it's the phone. We got the camera. We have our copy machine. I love that copy machine. And then this is our printing press. You guys saw that earlier. Let's see what else we got. No, that's it. This is it for the Daily Bugle kit. So let's get an overview again. All of our floors. All the different types of walls here. Exterior, interior. Fancy walls there. Interior walls. Then windows. Exterior doors. And then your half walls. Columns. Roof pieces. And trim. Really cool trim. Then we have all of our decor items. TV, cubicles, couches, the works. That's your entire kit for the Daily Bugle. That's a really good kit, I gotta admit. Plus the blueprint alone, it's actually a good starting point for a lot of builds. So I recommend you go and actually build it um, and note the things that you don't like and what you can improve, and then go back and actually do that. It helps the build process so much, and you learn how to manipulate some of the pieces, fix the things that annoy you, like me and this fire escape. My whole thing with the fire escape is that fire escapes aren't meant to be hung out on. It shouldn't be easy access. These are things to escape fires from, not hang out in an alley and climb up. I mean, can you imagine the security problems coming with this? Just having that there? No, no, no. The things you escape from, dang it. Here, let me fix that issue. Let me put a ladder here. Anarchy Acres. You know, I actually haven't built Anarchy Acres. I've never built Anarchy Acres. I've built things using the pieces, but I've never actually built Anarchy Acres. Which leads me to a interesting question. Should I build Anarchy Acres? I mean, I always say that you should build the kits at least once. But there. See? Now in order to get up here, you have to pull the ladder down. So there. Yeah. Okay. let me go take a look over here. Since we're here and everything, and we are looking at the neighborhood pieces now. Oh, that was Moss Isley. Can't even use that in here. But this is the neighborhood. We had this built out. Oh, hey, check it out. So this was a combination of Der Burger and that. So, not quite, but this is more your alley. See, there you go. Fire escape. You can escape in here, but you don't give burglars an easy way to get in. But you can actually have your apartment buildings using these kits, because most of the apartment buildings are over stores. So if you want some ideas, go and get your your Der Burger kit if you have that, or pretty much any other kit, and build a store at the bottom. I built myself a little pizza place down here. You got the cash registers and everything, counters to eat, trash, ovens back here, a little pizza store. Next door is supposed to be an insurance place, but right in between them, this was designed specifically, right between them was the access door up to the apartments. This is pretty standard for a lot of cities. And you have your living area in here. You just figure out your living space. So this is all with these windows here. I mean, you can use the neighborhood windows for these. I just wanted big windows for right there. So it can be used in multiple ways. So let your imagination go free. You're not stuck with using their layout, because their layout doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. This is more like more of a luxury layout where you have the full apartment to yourself, the entire floor. That doesn't really happen. Oh, hey, that's where my guys are hanging out. Okay, let me not wake them up. Why is there no light in here? Oh, I'm still on Anarchy Acres. Can I put this in the window? I can't. There we go. That was actually a really cool view coming out. It's like the glow of the city outside. Of course, it's just the glow of the thing, but still. This is our neighborhood. Okay, so neighborhood pieces, 9:41. You don't have that much time, but I will. Let me just give you the fast overview, and let me go to sleep first. All right. Now, see this? This is the Der Burger piece. This is what we had before. This was the first time that they gave us a solid black piece all the way through. Der Burger was more gray. Okay, I'm going to have to do an Anarchy Acres thing all by itself. So let's not even go there. Let's look at the friendly neighborhood. And where's Der Burger? Der Burger. So a lot of you guys may have just bought the Der Burger kit. And Der Burger was where they introduced the concept of black to us. But it was a flawed concept because it was not black. It was dark gray thing. And but it was the closest to black that we had, so we embraced it. However, with the arrival of the friendly neighborhood, all of a sudden we had true black, and it was amazing. All the imperfections that they introduced, we couldn't even really see them. They were still there, but we couldn't see them. Because it was just this black piece. And that was really all we wanted. Just that black. Solid black. So nice. Top and bottom. Not a gray at bottom and black on top or darker on top. Just solid. And they continued that with their gray. So these are some of the only solid pieces in the game besides sandstone. Everything else has got two-tone. Even though they still carry the two-tone piece that they have, they've made both layers solid. So the this is why these are two of my go-to pieces when building. The haunted house set expanded on that even further, and they gave us a smooth pieces in solid black, no imperfections, and no texture. So that it was really nice to see that happening, where we're actually having more. But the friendly neighborhood is where that was introduced. So I absolutely love to see it. So like I said, you just have the standard pieces, and then of course you have your wood floors. So here's your wood floor. So you have like a whole variety of pieces in just this one kit. But you add that to the Daily Bugle, and you have like so much variety of pieces going on, because you've now expanded your build kit exponentially, just going from these two kits. You got your wood floor, you got your tile floor, it's like almost overwhelming at the time. Massively overwhelming. Then you got 4x4, 6x6, 8x8. Same thing with this. Gainsborough. So no wonder these became like a fast favorite, because they were easy to predict. You knew exactly what you're getting every time. Oh, except for the wooden floors. Wooden floors are just completely out of left field sometimes. The patterns and everything. And, of course, the big pieces, while they still had imperfections, these were like, you can actually take a 16 by 16 and toss it down, and it's black all the way through. So, of course, that gave us access to building roads. Nice texture. Toss down some white in between there, and you have some striped roads that can take you places. But it was a lot better than just the plain. You put these here as contrast. These are 16 by 16 Durburgers. So, like, it's still an interesting road concept, but you can't beat black. Of course, this is more matte, and this is more shiny. So, just depends on the look you're going for. But at least you have options. This is like one of the corner pieces. It's like one of the only angle pieces of that size in the game. But it's the wall pieces that really bring this one out to shine. It's not exactly a review. It's more like an overview, because I've been using these pieces ever since it came out. I forget when they came out, but these are some pieces that I've been using continuously in many builds over the past couple of months. So we have a lot of experience using these guys, and I can only recommend them very, very highly. So absolutely love this kit, especially when it comes to the gray pieces, because you could use these interchangeably with the the manor house pieces, and if you have Lions Night kit, you can use them in here as well. So just having these different pieces to go with those, um, move tabby, really expanded on what we had available. So like McDonald's, I'm loving it. Da 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 da. We have two different corner pieces. These are the same. This one is red. So we can go from gray, turn the corner to red. Interesting. I've never actually done that, but I should consider it. Because we do have the red walls. So we're complaining about having lack of color in the game. We now have red. Actual solid red. I wish we had red floors as well. So I can make a proper fire truck, but step by step, step by step. Then red pole. Then this is like trim. This is more usually used on the upper level of buildings, by the way, not on the lower level. Lower level, that's a little problem sometimes, because you don't want to give a lip for people to sit on, and people will sit on it, either or pee on it. Welcome to New York. Oh, I think these are two-tone as well, by the way. So you got your steady brick on the outside, and then you got your lighter brick on the inside. So you may have some building options available there. Where are we? Okay, these guys have the lip that I was talking about. And so, like I said, these lips do better on the second floor rather than the first floor. Welcome to New York. Alright, the doors. Interior doors. First time we actually have proper doors on the inside. These are more apartment style doors, however, because they have the peephole. So unfortunately, they aren't great for bathrooms, but at least it's an interior door. You can't beat that. Better than having an open doorway for a bathroom. So our choices are expanding. It's a column. Piece, 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 and then these guys here. Now the windows, let's get them down. You've seen the windows in action, but here are the window pieces. Still wish that they would just give us windows that we can put into any walls. You know, give us the top part of the wall, give us the sides and the bottom, and then give us a window we can stick in there, and maybe like a windowsill, and we can have so much fun. Like, or the archway, and take that archway and stick it on any window that we want. But no, we are limited to what they give us. This is a corner piece. Goes with that floor. Exterior doors. So let's start over here. Exterior doors, same as the other ones. A little bit more robust. And then this one is the gated one. Gated with the code. This would be an actual apartment outside for an apartment. Hey, Divine. So good to see you. And look, you've already seen our walk through the pieces. So you've been here before. So we're just giving a bit of retrospective on just how awesome these two kits are, because they're back in the item shop. Remember, if you do want to buy them, use code the Mad Puck in the item shop, and I really appreciate it. Let's sleep till morning. Like I said, like I've been using these pieces like so consistently over the past months, with all of the Star Wars builds and everything. The neighborhood kit is actually used more than any other kit. That's just the truth. You may not see the walls popping out, but you will see the flooring coming into all the ships and everything. And the props, man, you'd be surprised where props will show up. Props and furniture. All right, so where were we? We were at the stairs. Stairs are okay. So stairs are more based around the fire escape, and I wish they had really made these thinner, 6 instead of 8, but this seems to be the standard size for stairs, so we're just gonna roll with it and just work with it. There's only so much complaining that we can do. Oh, bugger. All right, let's see. Try again. There. So you got your railings, your banisters, then these for your brownstones. Brownstone apartments. I have promised Dirty Draws that we're gonna come back and do a full townhouse build. So we're gonna schedule that at some point. Hopefully sooner than later. Maybe this week, since we're taking it a little easier with the Star Wars build right now. Okay, let's see. The railings, of course. I have to put the railings. I don't want to put the railings. Got 10 minutes. Like this is standard. You've seen it. The usual bits. Nothing. No surprises here. Although I must say that these pieces have come in really useful. Single pieces, because you can. Those can be used in guns and different props. Very versatile. So don't sleep on those. Now this piece, this is the support piece, and this is coming useful in a lot of areas, especially when we're using like landing gear, etc. Like when I first saw this, this is meant to hold up the fire escape. So you actually have something that you can place the fire escape on the side wall, and it's versatile. It can be used in different places. So I've used this in so many different places that it wasn't available. So maybe now this is back, I can actually go and use it on the mule. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, you know what? I had wanted to showcase a couple of things for you guys this morning, but because of the playback issues, I'm streaming directly from the Xbox, by the way, not from the computer. So I guess I'm going to have to do that introduction later when I figure out what the heck is going on with my streaming service. These are the roof trim, by the way. We use these for Christmas for Santa's sleigh. These are so awesome for Santa. They were perfect. Got a roof trim. Almost identical to the ones from the Daily Bugle. So they actually work really well together. You have one look on one building and then another look on another building. You just got to figure out what the look of that building is. Define what your architecture is gonna look like. Now we have awnings. What's the best place for this? These guys can go onto the side of walls as well. So take that into consideration, but where you want to place these can be very useful for medieval builds as well. And you got the different styles of them. And then of course we have our skylight. All right, it's 9:58, which means that we are out of time. There are your two build kits. Remember the Friendly Neighborhood and the Daily Bugle. They're back in the item shop. We took a look at an alternate IRL build of the Daily Bugle, hosted by my friend Galactic Obama. Go check him out. He's got a brilliant mind. He's got like so many IRL Legos. It's not funny, but he's really seen the potential to build in Lego Fortnite and just take some of his builds in there. So it's great. It was great working on that build with him. The Daily Bugle from the IRL set and just expanding it to its almost full capability. We may work on a bigger version of the Bugle. You know, taking in consideration the lobby and some of the just rework some of that area. But I really love what he did on the upper floors, and that's really good. So just in case anybody has any thoughts about how far they can expand the neighborhood kit, you can build your own apartment, your own brownstone, New York brownstone, using the pieces from the Daily Bugle, or you can you go and build your own standard Brooklyn brownstone using the Friendly Neighborhood kit. Different look, but a very similar build. You can also do something fun like build a fire station, a New York fire station like from Ghostbusters, using the Friendly Neighborhood and a combination of other pieces. But you have a lot going on here. This is just a Mr. Black build, so there's really no way to really take all this in, all the pieces he's used. Always a fantastic build with Mr. Black, but he's just used as much as possible. You've got a range in here. Good gosh, this kitchen. It's just a tiny space. Anyway, if you want some ideas on how to build and expand, go and look at Mr. Black LFC or Mr. Black 333 Dan G. Fantastic builder. And he's really shown how to really utilize some of these pieces from these kits in a completely different way, including the stairs in the back for the alley. Turn some of the pieces around. Just really made it work. Anyway, I am the Mad Puck 666, and this has been a look at the build kit. Remember, my creator code is the Mad Puck, and we stream every day from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. when I have to run off to work, which is right now. So, always live builds here in Lego Fortnite. Always epic builds. See you guys later. All right, I'm out. And stop.